Hi, welcome back to my channel, Lorelei Inc. I'm in a new filming area, so this is a little bit different. Hopefully everything looks good. I haven't done a video in what seems like forever, so I wanted to talk a little bit about what I'm doing today. This is just a little journal in me with my fauxbonichi. It's kind of like a fauxbonichi cross creative journal because I'm very colorful with it and do a lot of collaging and stuff. So this was June 2nd and 3rd, and then this was the first day of June. So, and this is just a composition book that's been altered, and two things sewn into the book so it has room to expand. Because my first fauxbonichi was of April and May, and it got so thick. So, and I don't do a lot of crafty things like tags and pockets, but I can do them if I need to for like a really full pack day. And I actually put in extra pages for that reason. I like doing a page a day and not too much interaction because it gets super thick. I have junk journals, I have art journals to do interaction with. I don't need to do it in my memory keeping journal, my fauxbonichi. So right here I have my page already ready. It was originally like taken out of a composition book and added with sprays and stuff that I make myself, and then I sprayed more because I got more bottles and I made more sprays. And with the sprays I use Bombay ink, water, and then I do gloss medium or gloss gel medium, and it added like a sheen to it, but I use Pearl X pigments too, so it keeps everything stuck to the page. I do have to be aware of what pen or pencil or marker I put on the page because it won't necessarily write correctly, which you'll see that. Actually, let me see if there's, not in this book obviously because this is my second book, but in past books you'll see if I decide to get to do flip throughs, you'll see what I mean. Like you can see the pen really skipping over that medium. Even Mod Podge it would skip over. It might be my pen, I don't know. I enjoy writing with fountain pens. I have a lefty fountain pen because I'm left-handed, so therefore it's a special pen, special ink, so on and so forth. So I literally just kind of collage in sections and add pictures. I pre-print my pictures out so that I know the size that they need to be to cover the page. Obviously, if I write more or if I'm really current, I end up writing a lot more. Like if the memory is fresh from a day or two, I end up writing more, and then the pictures end up being tip-ins instead of just glued to the page. So not much change there. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. And if I need to chat or talk a little bit, I'll just chit-chat with you. So the last video I did was, I think, a watercolor page about how to watercolor. And I really enjoyed it. It took me a really long time, though, to get all the information and get it accurate that I enjoyed it. And kind of, I feel like this is too busy. And I really like these pages, too busy. I really enjoyed making that video, but it was almost too much work, and I didn't want to take more work and dump into another video, so I decided not to do it anymore. I still watercolor and I still love it, and I'll share little techniques here and here, but I probably won't do major dedication videos for such things, unless if somebody would literally ask me for it. So what I like to collage in my journals is a part for the date and just another part to bring two pages together. Technically, these pages were not the same color when I began, so they're not necessarily going to match, and I don't care about that. Some people would dramatically care. I really don't. I don't do a lot of stickers. I don't do a lot of hand lettering or doodling with my writing. I do pictures and a lot of color, and I call it a day. And I enjoy that, so that's all that I need. If you need more, do the style that you like. But this is a good way to morph in that creative art skill that you possess and you want to use every day, and a way to still have a memory keeping system that you enjoy. for your daughters or your children or your family to see in years to come. As you can see, I like a lot of torn edges. If you don't like torn edges, cut your pieces first. Oops, wrong side, but that's fine. Actually, I'll just do it this way. And if there's something you don't like, just cover it up or take it off and throw it back in your bin. Like, this bin is massive. Massive. There's so much stuff in here. And literally, like, I have a big old piece of collage paper that I made for a project. I shoved it in here. So every time I do collaging or art, I literally have it next to me, because God knows what I really want to use. And I mean, I don't throw away too many scraps. Every once in a while, I'll go through there and get rid of the itty bitty pieces, but then I can use that for micro journaling too. So literally, one piece of paper can take you really far, especially if you make it like these pages. Once they're so thick and matted with stuff, I'll end up collaging them, ripping them up, and there'll be bits for 5 years and so forth. So you just never know what you're gonna pick. Some of these pages that I'm gluing now were actually watercolor pages. This one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one I'm gluing down. They're originally watercolor pages, and I drew little ephemera that I made myself, because I don't necessarily believe in constantly buying stuff. And I actually used some of my ephemera. I try not to use it too much because it does take a long time to make it, but before I cut it out, like, this is what I made. Like, this one was from my black, and then this one was from blue that's not pictured. So, like, I have a lot of pieces in here from different pages. I think I did 8 to 10 pages, watercolored them all at the same time, let the pages bleed, and then doodled through them. Now, that took me probably 2 months to complete. And I scanned them into my computer, multiple sides, because they're a larger piece than my scanner. And then I can Photoshop them later to reprint them if I really want to. So that's where I get a lot of my collage scraps from. I call them collage scraps. So, and if you think this would make your pages too bulky, in my first composition book, they absolutely did. That's why I did an altered composition book, and I got both book ideas from, I know her name is Elizabeth, but I don't know her YouTube name. And I'll just link her below, and I'll link the videos below. Like, she has a playlist on composition books, and how I made mine the same way. In hers, she puts like an insert to use, and I don't do that because I don't travel or take it anywhere else. So and I do end up liking one page more than another, so it's just what happens. I don't get too picky over it. It's just how the cookie crumbles. I do apologize if you hear my dryer or my music. I'm on Spotify, but I need background noise for my process to work. And I keep getting my glue in my glue. My glue container in my glue. Alright, so I think I like this. I like that one a lot more than this, but oh well. I create a page every day, so it's not heartbreaking if it's not perfect, if it's not what exactly I thought, because I don't have a thought coming in. I just know I want to glue stuff down to use it and to keep interest in my work. Actually, I think I will put that there. Whoops. That's alright. I like it even more now. So yeah, keeping it, I just use this as like an outlet to not think, to not have to focus. You're in the moment of enjoying yourself, and that's about it. You're using supplies that you already have. You're not spending money to do this project. It's like it's an extra project, but It's an essential project to me because it's memories of every day, 1 page a day. I'm on my 3rd month. Who knows if I'll continue it for years? I don't know. I really would like to, because it will evolve. My daughter's not in school yet. She's not into hobbies or sports yet. She's just now potty training. There's so many memories I can post about later, and I don't want to stop and then start again. It's okay to start and stop, but I don't want to lose out on big memories. Every day can be a great memory, but there's massive memories that you work really hard for, and I definitely want to put them down. So, like the really big memory of yesterday is my daughter finally peed in the potty for the first time without being terrified. So I have to put that down in such a big way because it's been a struggle, big struggle. Alright, so I think this is a collage enough, and I'll let this dry before I cut it, but I'll keep working on the other parts. I'd like to do a stencil for my numbers. So, what is this day? 4 and 5. And you just want to kind of be aware of where your 4 is going. It might get cut off. So just keep that in mind. And I usually use a Sharpie pen, but I cleaned my area up since I moved it to a smaller location. I want to use other stuff because it's not about buying something new every single time you create or feel that you can't create because your stuff is old and boring. It's getting out the old stuff and figuring out good ways to use it again and like it. And you might even create something new that you really, really like that you could never buy. Like my sprays I could technically buy, but they're so custom colored that you probably can't buy them. So, you know what I mean? Like even your collage sheets. You can buy collage sheets. Probably from Etsy most likely. But your own collage sheets might even tell a story. You could do a collage sheet on your summer, and then every summer add to it. Like, I don't know. The possibilities are endless. So we need to do I kind of like the gray. June of June. Cool. I like it. And I am very much into, my apologies if anything just got messed up, very much into sparkle and the glitz. I really like the color purple. I'm not afraid to let things get a little messy. I'm very particular in how my stuff is stored. I'm particular how things are stored because it took a lot of time and money to get the items. I had to work for the money to get the item, so I want to respect it at its oddmost so I don't get tired of it or it gets boring. And if there's something wrong with it, learn how to fix it, like a marker, you know what I mean? So I'm very particular on how my stuff is stored. I don't keep containers or a cart. My daughter gets into everything, so everything has to basically be in a very particular spot so that it's safe. So now I would naturally add my pictures and I would write. What I'll do is I'll do a bunch of days where I collage and add the pictures, and then I'll sit down in a day or two and write it all. I don't stress that I'm current every single day due to the fact I need to print these days' pictures out, actually. Due to the fact that I will get busy and I don't want to push myself into having to do it every day and force myself before I go to bed to make sure that page is done. Is that enjoyable? Absolutely not. So I'll do the parts that I really enjoy daily it didn't take me very long, minus my chatty Cathy talk, to do this. And my daughter's playing because I can still hear her, and I got to enjoy myself too, so it's a win-win. And then I get to add my pictures and write when I have the time. Sometimes with a cup of coffee, sometimes at 2 in the morning when you can't sleep and you want to do something but not sit on the phone. I'll write about my days that I enjoyed with my family. So this is kind of a first portion of how I create my fauxbonichi. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye!